Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kellen here from Start Your Systems and welcome to another track editing tutorial live stream as I am on stage 2 now, or stream 2 if you will, building this track, which so far is literally just called tutorial track. And I'm going to go ahead and load it back into game so I can see where I was at last, but I need to change a couple things around. First of all, I just want to check in chat. Anybody that's in chat right now, let me know if the audio and video is all good, so I don't lose you guys at any point. If I do lose you, just please wait a couple seconds. It's literally just because OBS crashes, not my internet. So I should load right back in pretty quickly. And then, yeah, so we're going to work on this track again tonight. Sounds like you guys in chat are having a nice old time starting your own little story. It sounds like it's story time in chat. So here we are on the track again. And so far, we've worked through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corners-ish. And last time when I did this stream, there was a request actually to do a over-under bridge on the track since people don't really understand that concept yet, I guess. And I actually thought it was a good idea. So that's the first thing I'm going to work on tonight. I think I'm going to work in this area to put something in. Might change that up. Kind of deciding what I want to do about that. But anywho, show you guys how to make an over-under bridge. And we'll just keep working on this cheeky little track. So the first step in achieving getting an over-under bridge in game is, first of all, closing out of this because I don't need that open right now. Opening up the old internet, Chrome, and going to the forums. And we'll go to, I believe it's track editing that I want to be in. And release track objects is right here on the forum. And it's the, yeah, here we go, last page. There is a over-under bridge that was used for Supercross right here that I'm going to use. I think there's a link to all this stuff somewhere in this mess. I thought there was at least. Maybe this stuff isn't available and I'm just oh, I guess the link's on the previous page. I'm dumb. Should have read first. Most SX objects will be just templates, trees from Indiana. Okay. So we'll download the objects from the Supercross made by SMR. No. Penny Boat. Dropbox, or sorry, Mediafire has been doing this stupid thing lately where even though I have ad block, I still have to go through all this crap. 500 megabytes! Jesus, SMR. Unbelievable. Question in chat while we're waiting actually is someone just brought up the point that I will be racing Sim Supercross next year and probably Nationals too, although how much racing I'm going to do is undecided yet. It'll kind of depend on, I guess, how well I'm doing and whether or not the stream is able to still run efficiently with me racing and Jeremy probably racing. We'll have to switch back and forth. Let me just pop a beer while I'm starting this story. But goals for Supercross, I don't really know. Every time I've raced Supercross and Sim in the past, I just have hoped to make mains. So I guess that's really the only goal, is to try to go make mains again. I really don't expect to win, so it's not really something that I feel like is going to happen. Look, I just finished 3rd in this elimination race. Go me. Let's see. Where does that put me in points? Has he updated it? No. So I will get 20 more points. And at the most, I could move to somewhere in the 8th to 9th range. Good to know. Hey, RM124, welcome to the stream. Always good to have you guys hanging out tonight. Just kind of waiting for this object pack to be done so I can show you guys how to put that in game. I'll move my personal folder over for the meantime. And I wish... Is there any way that I could do it by folders first in here? Like, I know details, but I guess what if you go type and then no. Yeah. So it doesn't go by date modified, which kind of sucks, but if I just go here and down, I think it was a, yeah, all right. So I've downloaded a few things since. I'm gonna try to my best to get a national number. I'm 939. That's pretty cool, Raiders. Always like to see how you guys that are fans of our channel and watch the streams and stuff doing actual racing. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you, Mr. Kevin Frazaka, out there, and a warm welcome to CDS or CD Slusser, who I know was watching the elimination race earlier. Question is, how would you create a replica track? I honestly don't know the whole backs to understanding how to make replicas. I'm hoping to get Checkers in here one week so we can kind of discuss the replica process since he's made so many for the game. He hates making replicas, but I think he'll get in here and at least tell us about it. I know there's a program that you can use that takes Google Maps height maps, if you will, and it turns it into a terrain file. I really don't know, but like I said, once Checkers comes into chat, if he does, he might come tonight, he might come next week or whatever. I know he comes on every once in a while. He'll probably have a much better explanation because I've never made a replica track, nor do I assume I'm going to try. Well, I made a Yamaha test track, but that was a supercross track, and obviously all you need is flat ground. So we're going to drag this cheeky SX Objects pack down over here. Hey, Chicken Nugget 9923 is back. His phone pooped itself. Rip phone. All right. Over under. So at this bridge, is there any way I could change? I don't want the moto option on here, but he's got these panels that look like they have some sort of shading to them. I guess it's okay to leave moto option. It's not really a big deal, right? But I don't necessarily like this because I don't think that's going to be what's going to be on the track, or at least the color. I guess I could figure out that out later. So I just want to highlight all of this. In fact, I don't think I need the OBJ file, but whatever. And we'll go into my tutorial track, statue, and just plop that sucker in. And I really don't know how big this needs to be, but I'm just going to take kind of a guess. So let's kind of work from here. Statues, edit with Notepad++. Right now I only have one statue on the track, and that's a bale. So, unimportant. Oh, that popped open over there. All right. So I'll just go ahead and highlight all this crap. Copy and put it on the second line, but I'll change. So these first digits in the parentheses are the location by like grid point. So if I put it at 200 dot whatever and then 200, it'll put it at location 200 200 on the terrain. This number right here is how much it's rotated from its original location. You want that number to be lower than 1.8, I think, and higher than negative 1.8, because if it's more than those, it's locked in its position and you can't rotate it yourself. And then so this stuff is going to be GP Bale is going to be bridge.jm, and then the PNG is called bridge.png. That's easy. And the shape file is called bridge.shape. Very easy. Don't know how big it needs to be though, like I said, so hopefully this is correct. I guess it'll just load in average size, right? Shouldn't affect it in any way. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Save, exit, and then that can go away, and that can go away. So let's load into game again and see what I've done here. Working in windowed mode too, simply just because it's easier then to not have to constantly change scenes on OBS. Oh, that's not where I want to go. I want to go here. And I figured, having drank a little bit tonight, it should be a little bit more of an amusing stream. And you guys can ask me all sorts of questions and, of course, contribute to any ideas that you have about the track. Alright, so where did this over-under bridge end up? There it is. Alright. Statues. It's kind of a small lane of track to get through, actually. But if you can see, this over-under bridge is here now. And I can go show you what it looks like in game, because it was on the Supercross track, so way off the track where the start gate is. I need to move the start gate. That's probably something I'll do soon. I was working on the track for a while, but I do want to move the start gate. So here's the over-under bridge, and yeah, there's no collisions on any of this stuff. The way that this works specifically is this ramp doesn't exist. It's just a file that you can ride through. You need to actually create dirt that gets you up to the top of this, and then there's a collision file that you ride on top of that. So I'm not gonna fiddle fuck with that right now per se, but I'm gonna figure out a way to get it onto this track. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Huh. Let's... Decals is a question in chat that I will explain to you in just a moment. Somebody asked what decals are, and I will gladly tell you more about those as soon as I've finished putting this where I want to put it. I think right about here should be good. And then I'm going to smooth out all of this garbage that I outlined the track with. And smooth, smooth, smooth. Get rid of the track outline. Obviously, it'll still sort of be there in some shape or form because I'm not getting rid of the entire outline, so I could probably actually up this, get it really smoothed out here. So we're not causing ourselves problems by running over bumps that no longer exist. So I'm just taking the smooth tool at max power and just kind of rolling over it. And I'm actually making this hill right here a little bit smaller in the center by doing so. But it should work out just fine. So now we got this guy all fucked up. What's going on, Doug? Oh, wait, I need to give you talk power. Doug Oakley joining us in chat and talk power.
I just wanted to say good night, Kellen, and thank you for the official sponsor, TVR.
Yeah, very funny.
Left your channel.
Freaking guys. The TVR team this whole night has just been trying to grind my gears. I'm telling you. They're just grinding away at those gears of mine. Okay, so let's, again, move this statue. But I want to first lay a gradient. And I want to put this guy right here ish, because that's where I'm going to move the thing to. And let's see, let's go ahead and go gradient edit, set from terrain. So that's already pretty flat there, but I want to bump this up to absolutely flat pretty quick. Just kind of a gradual rise, I guess. And then get rid of these gradient points. So this can actually be a line. I want that to be straight. There we go. That's straight. And then we'll do linear paint. And we'll actually, I want to keep that kind of spread out a little bit. So we'll just paint that in right here. I'll spread it out all the way over to here too, so that we can come back through the bridge pretty easily. And then I'll take this statue and just move her over. There we go. So now we've got it on pretty flat ground in a location that I want it at. Yeah, that's looking pretty flat there. So obviously we've got this kind of little bump leading up to it, and then I need to figure out how tall it is. All right, let's create another gradient, new gradient. And this one needs to go much longer than the previous. All right, let's make that absolutely straight. And we'll go to edit gradient, which is over here. And so the key thing that you're going to want to focus on here now with this is, let me set this from terrain. Okay. So the key thing you want to focus on is, you'll see when I place a gradient, there's this circular line right here that appears. And that's where, like, literally the gradient is going to be when you start placing it in terms of where the line is. So if I get this line exactly lined up with the edge of the over-under tunnel, which is like right about there, then I'm perfect. Obviously this line's too big where it is right now, so I need to lower it a little bit. Let's say, I'm going to think it's, I'll just go exactly 10 feet first and see. And then this part is crucial because you need it to be almost exactly straight down. You can't go backwards straight down, so it needs to be like pretty much this exactly perfectly straight line. It's not going to be 110% straight. You can see as soon as you get to the point where you've gone too far, it goes back. And then you need to put one little cheeky one right next to it. And then you need to see where the other side of the tunnel ends on this. So right about, looks like there we're matched up. So this needs to be 10 feet in height. And then again, another perfectly as close as we can get it straight line down. And then another dot literally right next to it. So then we have this kind of almost, it's not perfect, but straight line going on right there. And then now we've made this absolutely ridiculously tall jump that is not accurate to what we're going to be seeing here. So we need to bring this guy down a little bit. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I can't undo it. Alright, that's better. Alright, and we'll get this guy sorted. Coming down back to level. Alright, so now we've got this kind of setup going here, but I don't really want this to be like that, to be honest. Yeah, that was going to happen as soon as I touched it. I want this to be more like this. I want sort of a takeoff going on here. So I'm trying to kind of make a more or less of a ramp, little kick right there at the top. This is a line. Again, don't want a line. Alright, so we've got like this ramp. Actually needs to be fixed a little bit more right here. And then linear paint is what you're going to want. And this one, let's just do, I think I was doing 66 before. And then this doesn't matter as much. Let's see. I'll go to 2 out, and we need to be about 90 maybe. Let's leave it at 89. Yeah, it looks about right. So then we'll just draw this in, and it should cover it up the way I want it. We need a little bit more actually. Going straight up. Curious to see how close I got to the top. Wow, that was over the top. So 10 feet on this track, not 10 feet. Or I just built a wall actually. Shit! That's not what I wanted. Why did it turn out like that? Let's go to gradient edit. Yeah, it's not on here like that. Very strange. Why did it do that? Let's try again. Linear paint. Back down to 2. Oh, thanks Raiders for letting me know where I moved up to in Casey's championship. Cheers, mate. Why is it building that wall like that? Alright, well, hell with that side for now. I'm going to go look at the other side and see how that turned out. Doesn't make any sense to me. I've fixed that portion so that it wasn't going straight up, but clearly it's like created this wall type thing, and this isn't tall enough. But you can see once I get up here, I run into the collision file that's on top of the bridge. So if I just turn around actually and just do a little enduro crossing and get on top, now I'm on top and I'm hitting the collision file that's up here. And if I drop down, I can ride under it. This is the only case where you can make the track go over another part of the track in Sim, because you can't have 2 separate terrains kind of on top of each other, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't, but anyway. Alright, let me try to fix this. What is this granularity? Somebody said use 0.25 sequa. You said to use that. So I don't understand though, why is this pointy at the top? Clearly it doesn't need to be this straight up for one, but it does need to be taller. Why is it doing that? Is that because of the granularity? Yeah. So let's try 11 feet then. Come on. Oh, I was right there. Oh. One more. Little dab up. Oh, I went over. No. Alright, well, we're going with 11.1 then. Alright, so let's get this right nice and close. And this rounded out. Yeah, after I build the over-under bridge, I'll explain decals. Sorry to make you wait. I'm just trying to get this to where I can actually use it. So I guess we'll make it more like a ramp like that. And then we'll get this guy up to 11 feet. So it looked like I was pretty close, but I'm going to do 11.1 just like before. Get this right about even there. Drop that down. And then we'll do linear paint again, back out to 2 distance. What the hell? Come on. There we go. And we'll just go ahead and we'll just draw ourselves a nice little line right here. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, maybe just a tad short. Why is it doing that there, though? Why? Why are you making that stupid lip? What am I supposed to come out of this corner and just have this stupid wall jump? What the fuck is that crap? Oh, now I'm stuck in it. Yeah, we're stuck in it. I got the front wheel stuck on one side of it. And now I'm just, yeah, I'm forever fucked in this. Oh, did I get out of it? Nope, front wheel's still stuck on one side. So it turns out you cannot do that. So I'll just erase that. And I'll fall to my death. Okay. I'm on the edge of the top part for the face. I didn't know that when you clipped collisions like that, it did that. But I'll take your word for it. So I'll move this guy over just a smidgen. Need to keep it at 11.1. Damn it. Right about there. Looks good to me. And then we'll move. Yep, that was fucked. Come on. There we go. Perfect. So we'll try it again with this technique now. Let's try. There we go. So I'll draw it. I think we're still a little bit short of the top. Yeah, it looks like from that angle. And oh, now it looks like that worked. So I just needed to move away a little bit. So it looks like 11 feet, still not there. Must be 12 feet, or at least pretty close to 12 feet. Like right on the top, just about. Otherwise, I'm pretty good, looks like. And then you can see the wall. Basically, it looks like you could just come in here and just rip off of the wall, basically. Okay. So let's make it taller again. Edit. And we'll bump this guy up. Let's just go 12. I was thinking 11.5, but go over here. Up to 12. Move this guy to be even with it. And we'll try again. How many times can we do this? I'm going to try 2.13 this time so we're not having massive spillage. Again, I can't quite tell if we're there or not. Looks pretty close, but we'll have a look-see here. I guess that's pretty close. I mean, I'm going to use this as a takeoff for a jump anyway, so realistically how... Yeah, I guess... Alright, so I'm thinking you're going to come down off of this jump and turn this corner, and then you'll pop off that guy. So it needs to be a little taller. Again, we'll just go back and fix it. Fucking thing. This is why track making takes so long, is you get these one little thing that just you're just like, I'm gonna shoot myself in the vagina because I can't deal with this. So let's do 12.4, I guess, for good measure. And bring that guy even. Bring that up to the top. This is like the world's longest run-up ramp now, too. So let's actually cut it down a little bit. And also make the lip of it get you off the ground before you reach the top. And then this guy, we need to make it go to 12.4 over it'll take a little bit more. There we go. Get this guy even. All right, and we'll try again. 2.13. Now it looks like we're doing business here. That's too much. I want to be right on the edge there. There we go. Oh, what the hell happened here? Come on, you stupid little... Well, it looks like we are now as high as we need to be. Yeah, that pops us right up on top. But we've got this stupid raggle-frogging. So I know how to fix this. I'm just going to do the do. Just going to do the do. I'm actually going to move this so it lines up a little bit better than with the actual jump. Out to 2.13. Get that spillage. And it looks like something's fucked, because that's all gammy over there. There's like a random, or is it? Is that just my eyes? Oh, nope, yeah, we're fucked. Something happened. Right in the middle? How? What? How? What? Am I going to be in Jeremy's TeamSpeak for OzSX again? I should be. I'm actually going to have to miss round 4, I think. God, I'm choking. Oh. I think I'm going to have to miss round 4 of Australian Supercross, so I probably won't be there for that. But round 3, I should be in Cohen Hours TeamSpeak again. I had a good time with y'all. Crap. All right. That's it. We're going hardcore here. We're going to move this thing. Actually, before I do that, let me just take this statue guy here and just grab it just in the center here and just tease it. There we go. Nicely done. And we'll hit it with the linear paint again on the 2.13. Should I just start talking like Bob Ross? And we're just going to put a happy little gradient right here. Yeah, just draw that in real nice. Oh. Yep, nope, it's still fucked. I am going to kill you, you wall of death! Alright, now I gotta fix this stupid gradient again. All over again. We've spent 34 minutes on an over-under bridge. This is... There's no words. I have a very colorful vocabulary. No words for this, however. So where were we? 12. Let's just put this at 12.5 so for sure over. And then let's kind of even this top bit out up here so we get it nice and where we want it to be. Yeah, whatever. All right. Actually, I think this kind of matters here. All right. And we'll try it again. Draw it in. Draw it in. Just like a Glade. What are those things called? Was that a Glade or a Febreze slogan? Plug it in, plug it in. But instead you're drawing it in, drawing it in. Whoa, what in the devil happened here? This has turned into a hole of doom right about there. Look at that. So something obviously needs to be fixed there. On the good side, it does appear that we have no problems with the jump. Suddenly it just works nice and fine. It just makes a stupid hole in the ground. Just kidding. Alright. No reason whatsoever for that hole to be there. Absolutely none whatsoever. There's no excess gradient. It is perfectly even right here. No reason. I'll even do that to make sure. And then we'll draw it in again. Alright, let's try this. And we'll just tease it. Tease it. There we are. Does this make a hole again? Oh, I don't think there's a hole there. Doesn't look like it. And it doesn't look like it's made any stupid wall jump things. Oh, so we can get up to it from this side. And I think there's actually a hole there. Crap. Let's see. Nope, there's... Oh, nope. Now it fixed itself. Alright, so it did work. So you can ride right along the wall there. And I don't think you can, at least not very easily, get stuck right here. Well, yeah, it looks like you can. Well, that would be shit for anybody that got stuck there, but you know what? At this point, I don't even know what to tell you. So I'm actually going to save this and then restart the race so that I'm not in that anymore. But now we've actually created an over-under bridge, so finally... Bum, 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 bum. Now we have an over-under bridge. So eventually what I'm going to do here, I think, is make it land, come up to here, and have like some sort of bowl corner, if you will. Come back down here, turn under, and go under this over-under bridge, and then we'll have some sort of something going on up here. And it'll come down the backside of this now and go straight into this berm. So we'll have a pretty wide open space actually in the center. But at this point, I don't care. We got the over-under bridge in and good to go. So what should I be doing next? Well, what I think I want to do is do away with the track border on the rest of the track, because it's actually kind of pissing me off that it's there. It was nice at first, but now it's just a nuisance. So I'm going to get rid of the track border. I know pretty much a good idea of where I want to go with the track, and without a track border for the rest of the track, I can kind of also make up my own rules. So we'll still use it for, actually, I'm going to get rid of it over here too, just because it's still in my way over here. So now it's out of the way over there, and we can decide what we want to do with those corners now. So we've got corners 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done, and an over-under bridge in the middle of absolutely nowhere. And as promised, I will begin to explain decals. So I already have decals on the track. As you can see, if I pick one up and move it, I'm moving this decal. I'll just place it right there. Move this one, place it, and underneath you have fuck, can't speak. You have a tile that isn't like a terrain. Like as you can see, it's the same thing repeated. That's why there's all those dots on the ground. Those are just like rocks in the same place over and over and over and over and over, like times a million. So you use decals to cover up the base tile info that you use. And this decal is like a desert type decal that I use to put over the track. I explained it a little bit more in the first video actually. So if you haven't seen the first video yet, that's something I would recommend checking out. What did I do with that other decal? Did I put it like over here or something? No? Just like suddenly, well, kind of fixed it. So yeah, so that's decals in game, but that's unimportant because you can't get decals in the game unless you do all this with your track folder. So I created a decal folder and put this base decal in, which you can see here. It also has a norm with it, so it, excuse me, adds a little bit more depth to it. And then you go to your, excuse me, geez, burping up a storm, decals file. And in here you have a bunch of coding, which you can basically just steal from any track folder that has a decal file. And so you have the location of the decal here. This is the coordinates for the decal. This is the orientation for the decal. This is the size for the decal. So they're all 200, but you'll see later when I start putting decals on the track layout itself, I'll make smaller ones so that they fit to the track instead of huge. Not sure what this number is actually. I don't know if I've ever used it. And then this is where it is. So it's in at tutorial track decal, and then it's called base.png. So that's how you code it into the game. And I didn't change anything in here, so I don't need to save. But if you have this decal folder and you link it to your decals file, then it'll put a decal in the game. And as I get further on with the track, you'll see more or less how that works when I'm decaling out the track. But I'm going to get back to actually building the track. So we were over here last. I want to keep working over here. Kind of trying to smooth some things out over here. So for now, I will show you guys kind of a synopsis of the track so far. I saw somebody in our chat ask us to put in a big table, and clearly the first half of the track is going to be larger or wider than the second half now that I've erased the outline of the track, so I'll probably end up tightening up. But this is turn 1. I actually kind of cut it there, and then turn 2 goes into these ruts. Just for anybody that didn't watch the first video, you can see now we lead up to this uphill table, big floater table over the top. That's probably going to be the biggest jump on the track. And then you've got these 2 ruts. I'll probably get rid of the track outline just so these ruts are the actual track. Got some uphill rollers, and then into an off camber where there's 3 ruts, inside, middle, and outside. And it leads you down into this small tabletop. Got to check up and scrub it, and then go down because that's obviously the fast line. Take a swig of beer while you're getting yourself up off the ground. I'm just kidding. Please, children, don't do that. And then you have an inside-outside option. Inside, I'm going to turn into a double out and then another outside. You could cut over, but I'm going to try to make this takeoff here so that it's steep enough that cutting over doesn't really help you that much. But then if you end up going outside, you can double over. In fact, maybe I won't make this an option. I'll just make it you could go outside and double over, or inside, and the inside turns into a wall jump. What do you mean small jump being the biggest? I was pointing out this huge table in the center. It's supposed to be like a realistic local track. This jump is massive for a local track. Are you kidding me? It's like at least 100 and some odd feet. I could actually gradient it out and tell you how many feet it is. But you come out of this corner, got like the world's longest run, a 4th gear jump on a 450. I'm still not even clearing it. You can get nice and naughty on it. That really wasn't that small of a jump. I'll show you, gradient-wise, how big this jump is to where I think the landing is. And I'm probably going to short shoot it. So this is roughly the takeoff. And then I think that the landing is about here, because this is where it starts turning really bright, 185 feet. That's a pretty big jump. I don't think we need bigger jumps. Cool. Hold on to your jorts. No need for that. So I'm going to fix this guy here. Linear add. So let's copy this gradient. And then, so we got this kind of wall jump thing here. And the way that I'm going to fix it without altering the terrain is I'll do a linear add, but I want to edit this first. And I want to, first of all, flatten it. And then, looks like right about, let's say here is the beginning of it. And I want it to dip down because I'm taking off part of the jump and then end up here at the top and then kind of flatten out. So you'll see what that means in a second. First of all, I'll show you what the jump looks like before I do anything to it. So you can see it's much more of like a smooth rolled up takeoff. And I'll actually sit on top of it so you can see what it does after I do this, what I hope I'm going to do to it. So I'll do a linear add around 66. And we'll just kind of draw it in. Looks like did pretty much what I wanted it to. I think it needs to be maybe a little steeper though. Yeah, it needs to be dug in a little bit more too, right at the front of it. Because right now it's like a dragon's back. Actually needs to be a lot steeper. And move that over a little bit. So go back to gradient edit. So the top of the jump is like right about here. And then the bottom looks like maybe here actually. So then let's kind of dig it in. And then let's bore this out a little bit more right at the top. Now let's try that technique again. It's got to be closer. I think I actually dipped it down too much. Yeah. So it's more of a wall now, which is what I'm trying to get at here. I'm trying to build a wall, but yeah, let's see. How do I want to attack this? So let's get rid of that. And we'll edit this guy again. So flatten that out. Let's make it steeper here. And then I think that's about as deep as we can go maybe with that. Want it to be a smooth transition, but obviously it's going to get steep at some point. So let's try this now. Lay it out. Alright, now it looks like we've created a somewhat of a wall. Kind of dips down, but then it pops up. Needs to be steeper still, but you can kind of see what I'm going for, I guess. So you'd go inside, and then you'd have this wall that you'd have to slow down for, because on the other side of it will be another turn. Edit. So clearly here we need to go steeper. Dig that down a little bit more. And then we actually need to kind of smooth this out a little bit. And we'll try it again. Now let's see. Yeah, that's much more of a wall. That like poppy feeling right at the top. That's what I wanted to get out with this. So you swoop around and then boom, wall. So you can either jump over the wall or actually hit the wall. And now I'll use the smooth tool to kind of fix it up a little bit here. Right along the sides. Don't want this crazy hole. And then also, not as crazy, but make the transition to it a little bit smoother. And there we go. Now we have a section that I can be proud of a little bit more. So you come out of that corner, boom, wall jump. Very nice, very nice. Alright. So you can either go outside and double over the wall. It kind of puts you to the inside for this next corner, which is going to be just a U-turn, I think. I think that's what I want to do here. Actually need to kind of smooth this landing out. Alright. Let's just put a bowl corner. Another bowl corner. And we're going to start tightening up the track a little bit too. Because we've gotten a little out of hand with the size of the track. Alright, edit. And now we'll make a bowl corner. Let's make it 6-ish feet tall. My leg was just jolting. I thought it was my phone vibrating. Then I realized my phone was just sitting on my desk. So it's not my phone. Tap, 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 tap-a-roo. So making it kind of flat on top just in case I want to put bales up there. And now we'll go to radial add. You want the focus to be all the way down. And zoom, zoom, zoom-a-ding out. And a little bit more. Actually, a little less. Alright, let's see how that turned out. Double right into a bowl corner. Well, not that tall of a bowl corner, but it'll do. I'll put an inside rut on it too. Make some options. Oh, this went over the bars. Alright, trying to read what you guys are saying in chat. Put an uphill triple and a nice inside rut and a 180 back down the hill. Interesting. I will take that idea into consideration. So I'm going to put an inside rut here now. Alright, we're back. My bad. Stream crashed for a second. Let's just literally copy this gradient. And then we want to put it in the same spot as the previous. Hit that edit button and we'll flatten it. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So let's make a line out to about there. Actually, let's just go one full thing out. Go down with it a little bit, but ultimately go up. And then flatten it out on the other side. Let's make ourselves a little rut there. See how that looks. Oh, that's nice. Pretty nice rut. So let's try to see if we can double to the inside here. Just pop over this guy. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, super easy. So if you go outside, you can double over the wall. If you go inside, you just have to hit the wall. And the nice thing is I made it so it's literally impossible to go inside and still hit the wall, or like double over the wall. So this table, you come into this corner, pop out, hit the wall. You could go outside or inside, whatever you want in the next corner. The outside actually not that fast, so the inside will probably end up being the preferred line here. I'm trying to make options throughout the track, but obviously there's only so much I can do. So if you go outside, you just double over the wall, hit this inside rut, and zoom 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 it zoom 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 it do on the way back out. That's my Bill Cosby reference, in case you were wondering. Let's see. I think I want to put a cheeky little turning double on the exit of this corner. That sounds like fun to me. So we'll put it roughly this way. And we'll hit the edit button. Make the takeoff 7.5 feet tall-ish. Fix the downside of it so we're not going crazy. And we'll fix the front side of it so we're also not going crazy. Alright, looks pretty good to me. So we'll hit the add button. I want this to be 66 and 2.13. Add a 90, I think it was what it was. 89, 2.13. Is that what I was over here? Yeah, pretty close. So actually, let's go to 95 just to be a little bit nicer. And we'll draw this guy in. Needs to be over a little bit more. So over here. So we got the takeoff of what I think is going to be a turning double. No idea how well it's going to turn out yet. But the idea is you'll come out of this corner, obviously crash because that's a good line, and then pop over to the right here, and then get on the gas down the back straightaway. Alright, so let's make another gradient. Thinking the landing will be here-ish. A little less of a turn though. Alright, and we'll go to edit. Landing, again 7 feet-ish tall. And we'll just make a couple dots in here to make the gradient smooth on the run up to the landing, and then smooth out this actual landing. Alright, let's draw that in. 2.13 at 95. And the gradient's right here. Draw it in. Might be turning a bit too much, but we'll see here how that feels. Terrorists in our state. Oh no! To be honest, don't want to get into a political debate about the Syrian refugees right about now. Not in the mood. So come out of this corner and yeah. So I think maybe that needs to be a little bit more over, actually. Over and back a little bit. I mean, it's a good size right now, but to be honest, if you come out of the outside, you are turning a lot. I mean, I guess it's not all bad, but it needs to be a little bit over and not turn as much, and that should be good. And we'll stick to this size, maybe add a little bit more of an edge on it to the outside. Alright, so hopefully this works the way I have planned it out. So you'll have these uphill rollers here. Come down, cheeky little flick scrub, maybe jump down to the inside, hook the rut, pop over the wall, outside turn, and turning double. So you actually have a lot of speed for the turning double on the outside. Inside, I think, yeah, good amount of speed. So next up, back straightaway. How do I want to do the back straightaway? I think we should land here, go into some rollers for a little bit. Along this way, but let's actually move this over to here-ish. So rollers for a bit and then end in some sort of table-ish jump. Excuse me. Alright, so we'll add a couple rollers. Get our curve on. Not go too crazy with the rollers. Let's move this back a little bit more, actually. One little small one on the way out, I guess. Yeah, like 7 rollers there, I think. Let's make this a little bit more like that. And we'll hit linear add, 2.13 again. And we'll just go straight down. Alright. So now we got rollers, kind of on a hill actually. This isn't very good here. Might need to flatten this out. Yeah, they're too much on a hill. So, how you fix that, copy this guy here. And hit edit, set from terrain. Let's smooth it out a little bit in here so we don't have as much up and down going on.
Hey, wake up.
I've been poked. Asked to play Rocket League by Brock Hardy. And I will probably take him up on that offer a little bit later. Let's actually open this up to 100. It felt kind of tight through there. So now I actually want to linear paint because I'm doing this from the terrain. One too far. One too far. I mean, they look kind of cool angled, but I ultimately think that we want to not do that, just because then you have it so that the rollers throw you off kilter because they're off camber. So you'll see what it looks like a little bit more once I'm done with this, and I think you'll kind of agree it looks better. So we'll add the rollers in now. And have a look, see? Yeah, now they're smoothed out, a little bit straighter. Backwards they're kind of gnarly. I'm gonna need to smooth that corner out actually. So let's go here and smooth tool. Add about 2. Drop this guy down, up a little bit. And smooth, maybe 3 actually. All right. Ba-ba-ba. So we got this turning double, then into a roller section. Kind of a fast roller section. This table down here might be pretty big. Everybody wants the big jumps. So I think that kind of worked out the way I wanted it to. Got this wall jump, a double, and into rollers. Go over the bars on the wall jump. That's the hot line. All right, next step, tabletop. So let us again kind of flatten out the land in which we want the tabletop to be on. Gonna kind of turn it this way a little bit actually. So let's hit it with the old edit, set from terrain. And you can see we got this kind of undulating terrain here. And I'll get rid of this guy, a couple of these guys in the middle, that guy, this taller guy, that taller guy, and that guy. And then I think I'll have terrain that I want. Again, we'll hit it with the paint. I jump out to 2. Why is this 97? 95. Gotta be very precise. Nah, you don't need to be that precise, but just want to make sure I have a good location for this tabletop. Next, we will hit copy gradient, move it close, and edit. And this one we can flatten. So let's have the takeoff, and let's actually make it so if you want to, you could kind of short jump it. Like a real life table. Nah, that's like a real life, what do you call that, a camelback table? Or something like that. Keep zooming in and zooming out too far. Probably giving you guys eye herpes for a second. Alright, gotta make myself a nice lip. Looks like a pretty good lip right there, actually. And it comes out to this guy, which needs to be a curved line. This guy needs to be a little bit taller, a little further, and a little bit more of a drop
Buddy
here.
joined your channel.
Hello, checkers.
I hope I didn't mess up something you were recording. I was kind of gambling joining your channel.
No problem at all. We're streaming right now with the track editing tutorial. So I was kind of hoping you would join tonight.
Oh, well then I should shut my stream down and come hang out in your stream.
Well, we're not going for much longer. I've actually been at it for about an hour and 10 minutes now, so I was only going to go an hour and a half, but...
Do you need some help?
You're welcome to jump in and tell me what I'm doing wrong. I was actually going to ask you a question in which I cannot remember at the moment.
Alright, cool. I'm going to shut my stream down for now.
Alright.
I can always fire it back up later. And...
Yeah.
Down...
Can't get it to 2. There we go. Alright, I am building a tabletop.
Start your systems!
This tabletop's actually pretty big.
I probably won't be able to help you too much since you're in editor mode.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you a couple questions about some things that people brought up on the video that I posted last week, but I can't remember what I was going to ask you. It's kind of bothering me.
Well, hopefully they're in chat and I can just ask you.
Yeah, they wanted to know about replicas and like setting up the... Alright, and we're back. And so what they wanted to know was how do you like make the terrain for replica tracks? Because I've never done it, so I wouldn't know.
I've actually never done it either. Agnes pulled all them. And that's how that we have all of them that we have. Is he would always get height data for us and whatnot. The early replicas, we didn't have anything. We used to just build everything from scratch. And then at least Google Earth came along to where you could at least get an overlay. But then even then, I still didn't have terrain. And then Heggus came up with some ways to... Some of them you can get really good terrain, some of them not so much. There's tutorials on the forum, but from what I've gathered, the methods are all outdated now. Where you can't exactly get them anymore.
Okay, interesting. So, people wanting to make replicas, what advice do you have for them at this point?
Hopefully it's a track that's a replica that Heggus already pulled and released all the trains for. If not, you can check the tutorials on the forums and see if any of those methods still work. If you go to the track editing section, there's a tutorial section within there that you can go to. But no guarantees that any of them work. Some of the methods might work. I know some people actually updated them fairly recently, so they might have something that they figured out. But because I've never actually done it and I don't like replicas, yeah, I don't exactly have a great answer. To make that triple step up landing tall, make the uphill triple, man.
Uphill triple, you think?
Yeah, bro, come on, make a hill there. Although you're pretty close to the edge of the track too, so you might want to be careful.
Yeah, I didn't really want to go too crazy. And plus I could do a triple uphill because I was going to turn, well, you'll see it in a minute, but I was going to turn right in this area and then go up over this hill that I have in the center. I could actually ride and show you what I was talking about. So I'm about halfway done with the track at this point, displacement wise. I still need to add rough, but I was going to turn right after this table, excuse me, and literally go straight up over this hill so I could put an uphill triple to the top up here and then go down the backside or do whatever. And I was going to come back over and use the over under, but I could do a quick little ride through the track as it is so far since you just got here.
Yeah, you don't have to hijack your stream from me though. You can keep working.
Nah, I
whatever
mean,
you want to do.
we're closing down to the end, and so far I've showed them how to put an over-under bridge in, and then I fixed 2 sections, and then started building 2 more. So I haven't done a whole lot tonight, and I didn't think I was going to. So.
All right, man.
And I explained to them how to decal, more or less, a rough idea of it.
Hey, are you free next Wednesday night, by the way?
I would be doing this again.
Would you rather stream straight rhythm, the custom one that's next Wednesday night?
But I wanted a raise.
Well, if you want, I can ask Moto to stream. That's what I was asking you, what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I would say ask Motor to stream, because just because I'd like to race it, and Moto didn't get a chance to stream the first one, so
Okay, I'm sure he'll be pumped to do it.
Yeah.
I would guess, and if for some reason he didn't want to, I could always stream it too. But I don't know. I'm not as good at streaming events as you guys are. That's for dang sure. I like to commentate though.
oh yeah, you do. You are one punny guy there, Chris Riesenberg.
One putty guy, yes, very much.
So that was a quick ride through the track, so you had a
I
chance.
really
to
like that last section you built, like the turning double and the rollers and the triple after. It looks really flowy. Looks fun.
Cool beans. So now, got about maybe 10 minutes left on the stream here. I think I'm going to work on getting this corner dialed and then building an uphill triple step up. So I think for now I'm just going to work with gradients for ruts because I'm getting kind of tired of doing whatchamajiggies, raise and
Yeah,
lower.
Callie, it's the new straight rhythm and awesome 202 games. I answered the question. You must have been when your stream was out, but it was right when he restarted this stream for this one. So when it archives or whatever, you're able to grab it right from the beginning. I answered your question.
Yeah.
Play it right from the beginning. But the basic thing is check the tutorial section in track editing on the forums, and there's some walkthroughs on ways to do it. I know some of the methods for sure don't work anymore, but some of the posts are pretty new, so I think some people might have figured out some new ways, but I've never actually done it myself. So
That's interesting. I know that you had those guys building trains for you for a while, but I totally thought that at one point you had done it yourself.
yeah, and I mean when I say what they would do is, I mean they would get me just the raw data and then I'd build it from there. That's what Hag would do.
Yeah, no, I got that you did all the work after it, but it's interesting. All right, radio add, focus
It's
down.
interesting for me getting to see what it looks like building stuff in editor, because I've never really paid attention. Never done it.
Well, I'm definitely not the best to show it off, but I'll do what I can. Let's see. Is this rut in a good place? Not really. It's too big too. So let's move it over a little bit more. Turn it and edit. So how's your day been there, Chris?
Alright, I'm finally getting over my cold a little bit, so that's good.
Oh, guy, you were sick?
Yeah.
It's no fun.
I was just sick like a couple weeks ago, too.
That is no fun.
Yeah, Callie, the straight rhythm race is a week from today. It's in the racing thread on the forums, and the track will be out probably tonight.
Uh-oh. Checkers
Well,
track showdown.
It's sort of already out, kinda. The race version is to some people, but the qualifying version and stuff should be coming out. Just have to finish it, which it's honestly not hard to finish.
I think this rut will look bigger when it's decaled, but it's hard to see it right now. Don't want to make the ruts too big because then I feel like it's just going to be a highway. And although life is a highway that I want to ride all night long, I don't want this track to be that way. It's a very, very corny country music joke that I just came up with. Alright, edit.
Alright.
You missed some fun elimination racing earlier tonight there, guy.
What track was it on? Oh,
Yeah, that's why it was
Guy
fun.
released his new track.
Oh, I thought you saw what track it was on.
No, what track was it on?
Rattlesnake Canyon.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
haven't heard that in a little while.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I got third, so I had a good time at least. What track was Sky making? That one that was like
The reddish.
yeah. It kind of looks like do you remember that track from ATV Off-Road Fury? It was in 1 and 2, I think. Red Rock Canyon or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then there was one in Untamed also that was red like
Right,
that.
Right.
Called Coyote Bluff.
It's a lot better name for a track than Tortilla Flats, in my opinion. I thought the Tortilla Flats thing was kind of strange.
What about it?
The name of the track.
Oh,
Whatever.
it's an actual place though in AZ.
Oh, the one that he made, or Tortilla Flats? Is it?
Tortilla Flats is an actual place in Arizona. It's outside
Oh.
Phoenix. Yeah.
Is VMX from Arizona?
No, he lives. He lives in like Seattle area now. He was in.
Oops.
He's originally from Kentucky, but he worked at THQ right before I did. When I went there, I took his job.
Oh,
Well,
no
he had
shit.
left, and they filled his spot with me.
That's pretty neat. Oh, that
Yeah.
rut's too big.
Did I not restart the game?
Yeah, rut's way too big. All right. So edit, tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure where in the Northwest he is for sure, Raiders. I just know that he just moved up there. That's why he's been building so much stuff. So he just moved up there and he doesn't have a job yet. So, oh, wait, it's called Coyote Bluff here, but I swear it said Red Rock Canyon.
Well, that's what we were talking about. It was Red Rock Canyon or whatever for.
Oh, you confused the crap out of me. I had it in game. I'm looking at the wrong thing.
All right, but you know what I'm talking about for the offer for ATV Offer
Yeah.
Fury. That track, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about, but.
Oh, too hard. Bum, bum, bum. Wow, that one corner took me a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm just about ready to wrap the stream up, to be honest, because we've gone pretty damn long.
202 games, I refuse to answer political questions on streams. There's nothing good to come of it.
Yeah, they brought something up about politics earlier, and I was like, I'm not going into it tonight. I don't want to talk
I
about
mean,
it.
I have my opinions and whatnot, and as everyone does,
Yeah.
but it's just, yeah, it's not for me to
It's,
comment on.
yeah, it's not.
Streaming.
Yeah, agreed.
Because there's gonna be the guys that agree with you, the guys that disagree, and that's kind of that. Ooh, I think that this track's cool.
All right, well, I didn't make it too much farther because the over-under bridge took me like a year and a half, but I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight on this, and I'll continue and try to finish or get close to finishing the displacement on the next episode, and then we'll start working on rough and then getting the track decaled and working on statue files. So I think we're actually a little bit ahead of schedule from where I was expecting to be. But thanks everybody for showing up tonight and hanging out during the live stream. It was fun with the elimination racing earlier and now building the track. And thanks Checkers for jumping in and answering a couple questions that are late. And
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for letting me jump in as always. I enjoy it.
as always, it's very fun. And yeah, so we're going to sign off for now. Be sure to catch the playback of this if you're watching live on our YouTube channel. Should be up within... Well, it's going to be up tomorrow morning, so we'll have it up then. And then, yeah, just keep watching and following along as we finish this track up. And hopefully you guys are learning stuff along the way that will help you build your own track in Sim. And yes, you can.
Alright, cool. I just didn't want to do it without asking. When Kellen wraps up, I'll jump on my stream, which is just Twitch TV Checkers 448. And I'll actually be playing this new track for a little bit. If any of you guys want to jump over, I'd love to have you come over and listen to me talk and ramble on some more. Thanks, Kellen, for letting me do that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So that was twitch.tv/checkers448. Hit him up. If you browse the forums regularly, you'll see that he posts in the track making live stream thread a lot whenever he's going to make a track or stream himself making a track. So he'll be a good information outlet for you guys as well if you want to see more about it, because he does Photoshop track making, so that's a completely different kind of build technique. That if you want to learn about Photoshop and how to build tracks in game, he will be the guy to show you that. So again, thanks to everybody for showing up tonight, and for Kellen and Chris, we will see you guys next Wednesday for episode 3 of this track building tutorial.